In today's video, we're unveiling our latest model aircraft, the FT Freedom Fox.
All right, friends, we have a really exciting new chapter for us here. We are now done with the FT Freedom Fox. This plane is a 1.2 meter airplane that's modeled after our good friend Trent Palmer's real flying Kit Fox that he goes all over the country with and shares his adventures. Now, the really cool thing about this is one of our first airplanes that you don't have to build. All you need is a 4-channel radio, a battery, and you're off and running. One thing we really wanted to make sure is that this Freedom Fox was modeled so you'd have the true Trent Palmer experience. In other words, it doesn't fly like a light model airplane. This flies like a real legit Freedom Fox, and we had our good friend Trent Palmer really put that to the test with off-road flying. We wanted to make sure that you guys had the opportunity to dream big, but also to have the same experience he has when he goes back into the backcountry and does bush flying.
Now, for those of you guys who aren't familiar with Trent Palmer is a longtime friend of ours, but also one of the coolest people that we know. He is actually a professional drone pilot, he's a pilot, and he's also a YouTuber. We'll put links down to his YouTube channel below. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you do it. It's some of the coolest bush flying YouTube content that you can find. Our journey with Trent started all the way back in 2017 when we met him at Oshkosh, and he actually gave us a tour of his Freedom Fox, which was quite a bit different plane at the time. We'll get into that later. But we did a video with him where he gave us a walk around tour and talked about not only the plane, but also what it's like to be a bush pilot and to fly in these harsher conditions off airport, as well as how he got into it. Now, the cool thing about Trent is he was one of the pioneers with his company Copter Kids, specifically in regards to commercial drone cinematography. He was back in the day flying huge RC helis with DSLRs on the front, and from there he progressed into the drone space, and he's been doing it ever since. And back in the day when the FAA required you to get a pilot's license to fly drones commercially, that was when Trent got into general aviation. And at first he was actually extremely terrified to fly these real airplanes, but he grew to love it. As he got more comfortable, he grew to love it, and it was only a matter of time before he bought his own airplane. And that was when he got the Freedom Fox. Since Oshkosh in 2017, we've kept in touch with Trent. We sent him some fun stuff. He's flown a lot of flight test planes. He's still an RC hobbyist, which is really cool. And in 2018, myself as well as Stefan, we had the opportunity to meet up with Trent in Utah with a couple of his friends, the Flying Cowboys, and we had an amazing adventure in the backcountry, seeing Utah like I don't think many people get to see Utah. And Stefan actually got to ride inside Freedom Fox at the time, and it was really an eye-opening experience to see the world the way these bush pilots do. Truly a one-of-a-kind experience. So Trent has always been extremely generous, not only with his time, but also taking like Stefan and I in the backcountry, but also inspiring the aviators of tomorrow. He uses his content to inspire people to get into aviation, which is something that we're all about. So when it came time to develop our first receiver-ready aircraft, Trent was the first person that came to mind, and we thought it would be so cool to make an RC model of the real Freedom Fox.
So this journey didn't start yesterday. We have over a year of hard work with Trent to really make sure every aspect about this Kit Fox not only fit into our version of what we thought would be a good experience for the hobbyist, but also to give someone a really amazing experience similar to what Trent has. So when we got our first prototype, a couple of really cool things we saw is the plane flew really good and had a lot of those scale tendencies we were looking to get, but there were a lot of things left missing, like the landing gear, the wings not being long enough, and also the way it assembled and went together. We really wanted this plane to have lots of open space so that way you could have the freedom of putting electronics in there, but we also didn't want any glue to be required to be able to assemble it. And if you guys know us, you know that we love magnets and big hatches that fasten really easy. So we started with our factory over a year ago, got our first CNC cut model and put it to the test, and from that point started a series of renditions back and forth to get it to what it is today. Another thing we really wanted to do is not only give the scale experience, but also a sportier experience. So what we did is rather than just making the wing longer and fixed that way, we made interchangeable wingtips that make it possible to go from a STOL experience to a sport flying experience. Now, the history and the legacy of Kit Fox itself is as special as our dear friend here. The Kit Fox company actually started in 1984 with their first model Kit Fox. And if a lot of you guys are wondering why the Kit Fox in the early days had that traditional round cowling, it was because the whole aircraft was designed around an engine that actually never came to reality. It was designed around a small radial looking engine that was going to fit inside that cowling. Now, unfortunately, that engine didn't become a reality, but that iconic look did, and they later on moved to the Rotac 2-cycle engines here. Now, the Kit Fox is also real special to me because when I was a young child, we actually had a Kit Fox Model 2 in my own garage that my dad was building from a kit. Now, this plane was really special. I remember as a young kid climbing inside and sitting in it. We got through a lot of that before. Unfortunately, we weren't able to complete it, but later on down the line, my son and I were actually able to pick up a Kit Fox Model 2, and we still have that project to this day. The really great thing about Kit Fox is that company is still alive and well today under new ownership, and Trent has been a huge influential part in helping them innovate. Back when Kit Fox first started, the planes were very small and light, Now they've actually grown up to be a real competitor in the real world with bush flying. And today they have the Series 7, which has 3 different versions. So you have the STI, like what Trent flies, you have the Speedster version, and then you have the Super Sport version, which is like our classic Kit Fox that you see today. I really love the Kit Fox company because this is something that people can make a reality in their own lives. Typical airplanes in this bracket can be very expensive and very difficult to enter into. But the nice thing is with the kits, you can actually make this reality in your own life and build it and fly it.
Now, specifically in regards to Trent's Kit Fox, the Freedom Fox, his actually started life as a Series 5. Now, he's done a ton of upgrades to it since. In fact, when we met him all the way back in 2017, he had already put a ton of upgrades into it. Specifically, he put a big bore modification kit on the engine that took the motor from 85 horsepower all the way up to 114. He upgraded the wing from the classic Kit Fox wing up to the STI wing. Now, this is a longer wing, and this is where the extended wing tips on our RC model come from. But basically, this gives the Kit Fox a much slower stall speed, so you're gonna be able to get into those tight backcountry landing spots. Now, one of the more visible upgrades he did back then too was he went from the original leaf spring landing gear and smaller tires to he upgraded it to more of a bush style landing gear, and he also upgraded it to some huge bush wheels. So he's gonna be able to get into those tight spots in the backcountry. Now, since we did our video back with him at Oshkosh, he's upgraded the Kit Fox again and again to the point where he actually removed the entire engine and he put it in with Rotax's latest and greatest Rotax 915, which brought the horsepower up to 140 horsepower, which might not sound a lot if you're not familiar with real airplanes, but that is an extreme amount of power for an airplane this size and this weight. Now, the other cool thing about this 915 Rotax engine upgrade is he also upgraded the cowling. He went from the traditional iconic radial look of the original Kit Foxes, and now he has this more modern looking sleek cowling that we're using on our FT model Freedom Fox. Beyond that, he also upgraded the interior. He upgraded his seats. If you're coming down hard on some backcountry landings, you gotta have some comfortable seats. And then he also went as far to install some Garmin G3X avionics. The thing has full autopilot. He's never gonna get lost in the backcountry, which is always a good thing. And he can always put it on autopilot when he's making those trips across the country to go to Oshkosh. So the journey of the Freedom Fox continues, and you can still follow it to this day on Trent's YouTube channel. Now, again, we'll put a link to that below, but these are all of the reasons that we fell in love with the Freedom Fox, and this is the reason why today we are releasing our RC FT Freedom Fox so you guys can enjoy it too.
So you can see with the story of the Kit Fox and also with Trent, we had some really big shoes to fill, and I'm really confident you guys are gonna love this new PNP model. So let's dig into this now. First of all, this is a model that has 2 different wing variants here. The STI variant, which is the longer wing tips, is gonna give you a really cool stall experience. You're gonna be able to get off the ground quick, you're gonna be able to bring it in and recreate a lot of those iconic moves that Trent Palmer does. Now, also included with the kit is we give you a Speedster version, which is gonna go ahead and mimic more of the Speedster version of the Kit Fox. Although that's not what Trent flies, we want people to have both experiences based on what kind of flying you want to do that day. Now, for the power plant, we have a 1250 kV motor attached to a 30 amp ESC flying a 10.45 prop. This is going to give you really scale power and also good efficiency. To power the motor and the ESC and also our servos, we're going to be using between a 1500 and a 2200 milliamp 3-cell. Our favorite is a 1500 milliamp. The plane's going to fly nice and light and give you great performance. For our control surfaces, we have 4 9-gram servos with linkages already pre-installed, so you don't have to do any adjustments, any push rods installs. All you have to do is go ahead and assemble the plane. So along with that, we have a steerable tail wheel, and our favorite part about this is we have an amazing landing gear that fully articulates and also nice squishy tires. So when you land this, you're going to see that landing gear not only flexing and working for you, but you're going to see the tires give just like the real airplane. One of our favorite times to fly is early morning or late evening, so we have functional nav lights that are going to give you a great experience and also help you keep orientation even in those evening hours. Now, this plane goes together incredibly fast, and when I say incredibly fast, I'm talking about minutes, so make sure you start charging your battery before you even take this out of the box. Along with that, we also have a step-by-step video to go along with our manual that's going to take you step-by-step through the whole assembly process. So we really wanted to have an amazing experience building but also flying. This plane is going to fly off a simple 4 channels, which means you're going to have your ailerons, your elevator, your rudder, and your throttle. You could also mix your flaperons in as well to get those really cool slow crawling landings. Now, this plane is powered beautifully to fly just like the original Kit Fox and give you all the same experiences that Trent has when he flies his airplane. Now, talking about how this plane flies does not do it justice. Let's take it out and fly it for ourselves and show you how incredible this plane is in the air.
Okay, so we're out here at hole, Josh, what hole is this?
I think it's 15.
Hole 15. We don't know what holes it is because we don't golf here, we fly here. We call them runway, not fairways. This is runway 15. And this has been a heck of a journey. This has been like over a year in the making. We've been working on this Freedom Fox, and we have 2 of them here that we're flying together, which is something that you've never seen before. It's like double vision, 2 Trent Palmers flying through the air. It's pretty awesome. They look amazing. I'm super excited if you couldn't tell. Basically what we have here is Josh and Andrews, they're warming up. We're gonna be doing a little bit of a warm-up flight. And then once these guys get comfortable, we figured what better way to kick off the new FT Freedom Fox than with a classic STOL drag competition between Andrus versus Bixler. The concept is, if you guys don't follow Trent's channel, the STOL drag race is a short takeoff and landing competition, but it's also a race. So 2 bush planes line up at the line, they take off, they have to fly as fast as they can to the end. It's a straightaway drag race. They land, cross the finish line, they have to come to a complete stop, do a complete 180, and then fly back to the starting line, land, first plane to come to a stop wins. And so that's what we're gonna be doing. But first, we're gonna put a couple batteries in here and we're gonna get our bearings a little bit. These guys are gonna put these Freedom Foxes to the limits. Let's do it.
All right, so the really cool thing is this airplane has 2 awesome natures. It has a super scale nature, but it's also quite capable as well. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and put it up to the test and show you both sides of this. All right, my favorite thing is just the awesome takeoffs.
Yeah, that landing gear is just amazing. Takeoff.
Can't help it, every time it's just taking it up and doing that side flip, you know?
Yeah. Oh, that looks epic.
Just a little cross control, and it feels just like I flew my dad's tail dragger BC-12D Tailorcraft. Like everything about the way the plane feels just feels right and true.
Yeah, a proper tail dragger.
Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna do some basic maneuvers.
Sure.
I'm just gonna do a long touch and go here.
It looks just like a real thing coming in, man.
It does.
Oh, nice.
I'm just gonna run it the whole way. Cool thing about the spongy tires and the landing gear, it's the best landing airplane just because it doesn't bounce back up on you. It's not like the hard foam tires.
Those little divots in the ground, like it just absorbs them and shakes around the landing gear, but not the plane.
All right, I'm inverted.
Nice.
It just doesn't want to bite you. The one thing I noticed, it definitely doesn't have like this crazy aerobatic roll rate. It just flies just like a real airplane.
Yeah.
Wing over. But everything that you do in the real Kid Fox, you do with this one, you know? Big old lazy barrel roll.
I'm just a fun scale plane, you know?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, one more pass. I'm gonna hand it to you, okay?
Awesome.
And this is flying off of a 3-cell 2200, so this is about as heavy as we want to make it.
Yep. If you want to go real light, but still pretty powerful, like a 3-cell 13, would be a good way to go. Lose some flight time, but you have less weight, so you have more thrust weight ratio.
Yes. I want to go up and do some sketchy stuff here real quick.
Yeah. Let's see some sketchy stuff. Maybe some of those tumbles that you were doing the other day.
Ready? The Lumshavox?
Yeah. You probably won't see Trent doing that in his anytime soon.
Let's do
probably wouldn't be safe.
Let's do an avalanche.
Little spin, nice. Yep. Gotta love it.
Here's my favorite thing that I don't think a real Kid Fox does. Let's do a hover.
Just parking it, man. That's respectful too. That's pretty stable. It just sits there. Looks like you're just barely climbing.
Just barely climbing.
Yeah. That's awesome.
What are you doing?
I bet its angle of attack meter is going on right now. Yeah, nice. Right out of an air show or something.
Let's get a little Sean Tucker on him.
So I mean, it's not a rocket ship, but it definitely has enough power to pull itself around.
It's capable.
Right.
And I mean, the fact that you could do weird, crazy stuff and have it still recover is just awesome. Now we have 2 different wingtip variants here. We're doing all these maneuvers on the STI or the STOL variant, which is longer wings and stuff. It's gonna compromise some of your roll rate, but it's gonna give you that awesome floaty feeling and able to get you in the air. But you can also put your small wingtips on and have even a better roll and more speed. It's similar to the Speedster version.
Gonna do a wing over here to the right. Low and slow with this thing is so much fun, man.
Now we're flying off a golf green, but when we were designing this, we put this landing gear to the test. We went over some of the worst stuff ever out there. We went over gravel, to rock, to berms. The landing gear handles it all.
Look at that, man.
It's just like the real thing.
All right, another wing over. I love it, man. Such a scale flying experience, and it just It looks so good. All right, what do you say I bring it in?
Sure. Nice.
Gotta love that bushy landing gear. Nice and springy.
I just love seeing how it articulates.
Yeah.
It's one of the few planes you can actually lift up your tail and you can just drive it like a cart and just drive it all around. It doesn't even care.
Motor around with some rudder.
It just takes it all. Well, now it's competition time, right?
That's right.
All right.
Let's get some STOL drag race going.
STOL drag race. This is where Trent's gonna have a lot to offer.
That's right.
I should get a nickel for every time I say Trent. We'll have like a couple bucks.
Alrighty. First official Edgewater STOL drag competition 2020. You guys ready?
We're ready.
Ready.
Don't
All
hit the
right.
Chris.
We got two Trent
good call.
Palmers. We got double Trent Palmer vision going on down there. All right, racers. Trents, are you ready?
We're ready.
We're ready.
Get set, go. STOL drag 2020 is off to a start. Ooh, neck and neck. They must be using similar power setups in these bush
Oh,
planes.
must be.
Oh, I
And
landed a little
they're
short.
touching down. Somebody landed a little short.
And someone landed really long.
Really
Yeah.
long. Oh, okay. And they're turning around.
Okay.
Here we go. Nice, he's off.
Oh boy, he's gaining on me.
Oh my God! That was crazy. You almost
hit the middle.
collided. Yeah, watch out for the cameraman down there.
Yes!
No.
All right, you took it by
Oh.
Who won?
Ooh, I don't know.
I can't tell who's who. All right, round two. I think this is best of three.
Sure, let's do that.
That was crazy.
That was really, really cool, dude. Somebody, I don't know, I can't tell who's who, that's the problem.
Yeah.
But one of the Trents came up on the other Trent.
Oh
and
yeah,
was
you
just like,
did. You
"Wow."
like quick.
I have a feeling Trent's gonna win, dude.
This guy.
In the gallery.
Double
I
trench.
feel bad. Trent's probably sitting like, no, don't do it. No,
Yeah.
no.
All right, round two. Racers, on your mark, get set, go.
Reduce drag with the wings level. Now we're gonna slip it in.
Coming in for a landing. Full stop, no cheaters.
Full stop. Okay.
And go. Ooh, they're off, neck and neck. Ooh, they're gaining. Trent's gaining on him. Watch out for the cameraman.
Ooh, and the camera back.
Oh! All right.
Oh my God.
Photo finish
man.
Be
Dude.
a tie, I don't know, dude.
All right,
They're
round
not bad.
three.
I think you stopped a little bit before me there and shorter.
All right,
Rubber match.
one, Trent, one,
Who's Trent won?
Trent, one. 1 to 1.
All right.
Trent's winning.
Oh, I see what you did.
If they're tied, how are they winning? This is crazy.
Here we go.
All right, there's round three. This one is for all the marbles. Who's gonna take it
boy,
home?
it's all tied up. It's all tied up.
Yeah.
That's what Alex
It's
says.
technically tied up.
Cool.
All right, racers, on your mark, get set, go.
I like the whole.
Oh my gosh, dude, those look so sick, slipping like that.
We're down.
Full stop.
Pass the,
Full stop.
pass the bag, and there.
Don't hit the bag.
Don't hit the bag.
I hit the bag.
Oh,
there.
don't hit the
Oh.
cameraman. Oh boy. Oh no. Okay, we're going off course here. That's all right. Full throttle. Oh, I don't think I can catch you. Oh, nice flying,
Easier and
man.
easier every time. Trent wins.
Oh,
All right.
man.
That was really cool.
By far, like, as far as taking a year plus to make this a reality, worth every moment, and this is worth every flight.
Dude, that was a lot of fun.
What a great end to an awesome journey. And I guess it's just the beginning for you guys, because now this is available.
That's right.
Yep, and huge shout out to Trent and everybody who helped make this possible.
Yeah.
And most importantly, thanks to you guys. Literally this whole journey, not just with the Freedom Fox, but with Flite Test over the years, it's been wild, and it's all thanks to you guys. It's because of you that we were able to develop products like this. So shout out to Trent for making a Freedom Fox and inspiring a ton of people in aviation. And if you want to find out more about the Freedom Fox, it is available now. You can check that in the links below. And until the next time, guys, see you later.
I got more back.
See ya.